If you spend even 5 minutes on social media today, you'll see a strange and painful conflict happening within the global Black community. It's a phenomenon often called the Diaspora Wars. You'll see Black Americans, Caribbean nationals, and Continental Africans arguing over culture, identity, privilege, and who has endured more. But why is there so much friction between people who share the same deep ancestral roots? Most historians point to slavery and colonialism, and those are foundational. But there is a massive piece of the puzzle that almost everyone is missing. A piece that comes down to global media, economic envy, and the unique burden of being Black in a global superpower. Let's go back about 80 years. Following World War II, the United States became the undisputed economic and cultural superpower of the world. Because America had the money, the infrastructure, and the technology, American culture became the default global culture. And who was fueling the most vibrant parts of that culture? Black Americans. Despite enduring Jim Crow, redlining, and systemic oppression, Black Americans in the 20th century staged a cultural explosion. From jazz and blues to the birth of hip-hop and R&B in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, Black Americans were inventing entirely new genres of music, fashion, and language. But because this was happening inside a global superpower, it wasn't just a local movement. It was broadcast to the entire world through movies, radio, television, and eventually, social media. For decades, the rest of the world, including the Caribbean and Africa, looked into America through a heavily distorted lens. They saw Black Americans dominating global pop culture. They saw them living in the wealthiest nation on earth, using a powerful currency, and walking through modern cities with incredible infrastructure. To an outsider living in a developing nation, struggling with intense economic instability, political corruption, or a lack of basic infrastructure, a narrative began to form. If they saw the palace of American wealth, but they couldn't see the chains inside it. This created a deep subconscious resentment. The global media sanitized American racism. It showed the brilliance of Black American culture, but hid the trauma, the violence, and the systemic hurdles it took to produce it. This resentment is driven by a tragic misunderstanding. Western media exports the myth of the American dream, the idea that if you just work hard enough in America, you will automatically succeed. When people from other countries internalize this myth, they look at the ongoing struggles of Black Americans and ask a dangerous question. You have all those resources and a strong currency. Why haven't you progressed further? They begin to view American citizenship as a lottery ticket. They think, if I had access to the infrastructure you were born into, I would be unstoppable. They mistake a people's hard-fought survival mechanisms for ease, comfort, and luxury. The true tragedy of the Diaspora Wars is that every group is reacting to a different side of the exact same coin. Black Americans survived domestic terrorism and a continuous battle against a white majority power structure in their own backyard. Caribbeans and South Americans achieved independence only to find their nations economically strangled by Western foreign policy and debt. And Continental Africans survived the physical tearing apart of their land and tribal structures via European colonialism. When an immigrant from the diaspora moves to America, they often come from a country where Black people are the majority. They carry the pride of knowing their exact lineage. But when they land in the US, they are thrust into a racial caste system they don't fully understand. Sadly, a common survival mechanism is to try and distance themselves from native Black Americans to appease the existing white status quo. The genius, style, and resilience of Black Americans were refined in the fire of unparalleled adversity. It was never easy. It was never comfortable. The internet and global media have made us neighbors, but they haven't always made us understand each other. The resentment we see online today is the byproduct of a media machine that loves to broadcast Black brilliance, but deliberately hides the scars it took to build it. Once we stop looking at each other through the distorted lens of Western media, we can finally see each other for who we truly are, a global family with different scars, but the exact same resilience. What are your thoughts on this? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to help change the narrative.